ladies, this is Tina, and I have a project to share with you all today. This is a altered wooden box, like a configuration box that I have made in memory of my father, and just bear with me because this is very emotional for me. It has taken me like 5 years to actually get the courage up to do this box, but I thought, okay, I'm ready. It's been enough time now. So each individual compartment, is very special to me, and each one has a different meaning. And so, okay, here goes. This is a box. First of all, I'll show you the overall view. This is a box that I got at the Dollar Tree. No, I'm sorry, I did not. I got this at a thrift store. And it was just, plain wood. And so, sorry about let me focus in here. There we go. I crackled it, and I used the Folk Art Champagne crackle paint, and then I went over it with the crackle medium, and then again, I forgot the other, Vintage Photo I think is what I used. And I also used some black soot ink, and then I stamped over it, like right here. I can show you. I stamped there. And then, excuse me, I wanted to put something on top of the box, and so I decided I would put these beautiful I Am Roses. This is a daisy right here, and then this other one, I'm not sure which one it is, but it is just beautiful. Let's see. Just a second and I'll get it for you. I'll show you what it looks like. They look like these, so whatever ones those are. And I also used Gossamer Gold and Dark Chocolate Truffle, Cadbury Milk Chocolate, and Cocoa Bean Copper Lindy sprays on all these flowers in this whole box. This little wooden piece here with a fish on it, that used to be a necklace, and I tore it apart and adhered it on the flower. My mother bought that for my father. And then, let's see, this is my father's dog tag, and he was in the Air Force. And let's see, I just dangled the chain along the roses there. I thought that was a neat effect. Okay, this here, trying to find a good way to film this. This here is a picture of me and my father, and this is the very last picture that was made before he passed. And we'll start with this corner here. This is one of those making memory metal tags. It says I love you forever, and they were silver, and I just colored it with one of my brown Sharpies. And then the little piece in the back there, like that piece right there, that is a lock nut. And I have all kinds of unique plumbing and electrical supplies in this box. My husband manages a store that sells those products, the plumbing and electrical supplies, and he had this little junk drawer, and he was, I was telling him I was trying to find some unique things for altered boxes, and he said, I've got a junk drawer that you might be interested in. So we went there one day, and I went through the drawers, and oh my goodness, I found all kinds of cool stuff. I'll share that with you after a while, but anyway, I'll try to explain to you what they are, so maybe, if you have a local plumbing and electrical store, you can go and ask for these products, because they're fairly cheap except for the copper pieces. That's where it gets expensive, but you don't have to use copper. Let's see, these are roses here, more I Am Roses, and then that little piece in the middle is a Tim Holtz gear, and then it has this little piece right here, if you can see that. That is like another electrical piece that you get for a light fixture, but that is what is on top of the gear, and then I just adhered a rose. And then this little thing right here is a Bussmann fuse. Bussman is the name brand of it, but it's a fuse like that you would use in your car, you know, for your lights and radio and stuff like that. Then I adhered one of those Tim Holtz tassel chains on top of that. And then of course this is a Michael's key from the $1.50 bin. And then this little piece here that the rose is sitting on, that is called a, I think that's a pipe clamp if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what that is. And then I just adhered a little piece of burlap in the back, and then the little washer that sits up against the burlap, that is a faucet washer. It's called a bonnet washer. Kind of like the bonnet that you would wear on your head. Well, it's a bonnet washer. So you can ask for that if you want to. And they're silver, and so I colored it up with my brown Sharpie, and it kind of looks coppery. I really like the way it turned out. And then of course that's a Tim Holtz, I forgot what they call those, but anyway, that says Cherish and 2240. And then excuse me, that is a picture of my father when he was younger. And handsome man, isn't he? And this little piece sticking up here, this piece right here, that is a copper cap. It's also a plumbing fixture, or a plumbing part, and so you can just, you know, ask for that if you want to. And I had to color it up because the copper was way too, I don't know, it was too loud. I don't know, I just didn't care for the color, and it wouldn't have matched everything else. So I colored it up with my brown Sharpie, and then those two little silver things there with the little, those are actually watch parts. And I got this, ooh, sorry about that. I got this whole little container here of watch parts, if you can see. I ordered this from a company called Starlit Studios, and I'll put their link to the store in the description box below so you all can check them out. And there is a little light bulb right here between, you know, the rose and that little brown copper cap. And it's just poking out there, and I got all kinds of different size light bulbs in that drawer too. So again, I was really excited. I had hit the jackpot there. That is another Making Memories metal tag. It says My Dad, My Hero, and I just went around the edge of it with my brown Sharpie. And then this little piece right here, let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. Okay, the one in the back, that little silver wiry looking thing, that is actually a filter for a range hood. And this is what it looks like. Okay, can y'all see that? Hopefully pretty good. It's a really large piece, so it's hard to film. But anyway, it has 3 layers to it, and so let me try to show that to you. Here's the first layer right here. I'll put my finger behind it. Maybe this is hard to film. There we go. There it is. See that little piece right there? And it's real flexible. Anyway, I cut this thing up, but it has 3 layers on it, so you might want to go to your electrical store or you know, your appliance store rather, and tell them that you would like to purchase a a range hood filter. And then you'll have 3 different layers to play with, and it has different texture, and it's really cool, so you might want to check that out. So anyway, all I did was just, you know, cut a little square, and then I just rolled it up. I thought that was a neat thing there. And then the other little piece there, that is a bead landing. It looks like this. It's really cool. I love these things. You can get these at Michael's in the bead landing section. And I had to color that up also with brown marker because it was silver and it just didn't go. Okay, so whoops. This right here is just, you know, a piece of tulle that I wrapped around a Tim Holtz key that says love, and then it's held on with this little let me me see if I can get it. See that right there? One of those, I forgot what those things are called. I want to say they're called eye hooks maybe. Let's see. And then the next compartment would be this box here. And this little book here I made inspired by Leanne with Lovely Scrappin'. She made a gorgeous configuration box for her husband for Father's Day, and she incorporated a little book in it, and it was just adorable, and I knew it would be perfect for this box. So thank you so much, Leanne, for all your inspiration. You're awesome, girl. Let's see, this other little piece right here is a grease fitting, and I just adhered a little rose on top of that, and also I had to color it up with my marker. And then I crackled, you know, the inside of all the boxes, and also adhered some Tattered Times paper, which you really can't see, but it's there. And then this little box here, the flower in the back, I didn't have any flowers, you know, that had text on them, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just make my own. So I stamped on a flower and adhered another one of the little bitty I Am Roses flowers on top of it. And then this little piece right here is a copper, another copper piece, plumbing piece, and I put a little bitty rose on top of that. I don't know if you can see it poking out there. And then I just kind of distressed that with vintage photo. And then I've got a pen nib there with some copper wire wrapped around it. And then this little piece right here is a memento bar. That's what I call them, but in the section at Michael's where they carry the memento products, you know, those are the new embellishments that Michael's has, the metal embellishments. They have these bars and they're different sizes and they're really cool. Of course they're silver, so again I inked it up with my brown Sharpie, which worked out great. But they're really neat. You need to go check them out. And I adhered that to the top of the little compartment there, and then I took another one of the Making Memory metal tags that says the best dad in the world. Excuse me. And I wrapped the copper wire around it, and that worked out real well. And this is a little toolbox that I ordered off of Etsy, and it does have little tools in it. And this little piece here is actually a Dremel blade. So it's a Dremel tool blade that I found at the flea market. And this little toolbox represents a lot to me. My dad and I, when I was younger, we would always spend a lot of time in the garage together, and I would help him rearrange his tools, and we just had special time out there, and we talked and we laughed, and you know, he was my best friend, and I miss him so much. I'll try not to get emotional here on you guys, but it's hard. So anyway, I'll move along. This is a Tim Holtz Fragment, and I put a picture of me and my dad in it, or you know, behind it, and that was me when I was about 8 years old. And then there's another I Am Rose that's sprayed with some Lindy spray, and the Making Memories metal tag again that says me and my dad, of course colored up with my brown marker, and I adhered some burlap at the bottom of the compartment. And then this compartment here, let's see, that has a picture. I'm going to have to lift this up so y'all can see it. There we go. That's a picture of my dad when he was a little boy. Again, in a Tim Holtz Fragment. And then that little copper piece there, that is a copper 90. So that's what you can ask for at the plumbing supply store. And actually I didn't color that one up because I thought that looked pretty neat just the way it is, and I just put a little rose on top of that. Cut this fussy cut the butterfly out of the DCWV Trade Winds pack, and then also put some burlap down there. And these are some Tim Holtz feet that I used. And then the next box here, gosh, this is hard to film. Okay, there's some of the paper right poking out at the back there. Some Tattered Times paper with the gears on it, and then I adhered some more gears on top of that you can't see that well. And then there's a little light bulb, a little tiny one right behind the gear there in the front. And then I used one of the wooden stamps from the new Prima Tea Time collection, and it's clipped with one of those Tim Holtz clips. And then that little piece right there with the spring on top of it, that is just another electrical piece, and it's a square and it has a hole drilled in it. So it's obviously, you know, used to hold something together. And then there's a couple of screws there. And then I just colored the spring there with some brown marker again because it was a little bit too shiny. In this compartment here, I stamped another flower, and I used a Tea Time wooden clock with a Tim Holtz clock hand, and adhered another I Am Rose there. And then here's another I Am Rose that I put on top of a Tim Holtz memo pen. And then there's another I Am Rose there, a larger one. And then just some burlap up there at the bottom. Excuse me. And this compartment here, this is a picture of my father. He was in the U.S. Air Force. And that's a picture of him in his uniform. And that is adhered on a very, very sturdy piece of burlap. And Saw at Saw Crafters has a tutorial on this on her YouTube channel, and I will put the link in the description box below to that so you all can check that out. But all you do is get a piece of burlap, cut it into the shape you want it, you know, use your die cutting machine or whatever. I actually tried to make some tattered floral flowers with it, and it turned out really good, and I'll show those in another video. But anyway, you just put some Mod Podge on top of the burlap and let it dry overnight, and it hardens. So it's really cool. That's a really neat idea, and thank you so much, Saw. She has some awesome tutorials as well. And let's see, there's another one of those washers that I showed earlier, leaned up against that with an I Am Rose on top. And then there's a Tim Holtz vial, and I just added some bead chains and some copper chain in that. And that was also, I was also inspired by Leanne with Lovely Scrappin'. She did the same thing for her husband's configuration box. And that is the end of my box. And here is an overall view. So this is the very first altered configuration box that I've done like this, and I was inspired again by Leanne with Lovely Scrappin' and also Miranda with Miss Liberty 25. She has inspired me greatly as well, so I appreciate that so much, girls, for you all showing your beautiful work out there for us. And I can show you this side of the box. And then the back of the box, I'll go ahead and show it really quick, but it has his grave and his obituary. So, oh, I know, I forgot something. In this little box right here, this little copper piece that you see kind of weaving in and out there, that is this. And this is called a copper strap, and you use that for copper piping, so that's another piece you can ask for. And whoops, so anyway, that is, sorry, my tripod's trying to mess up on me there. That is my box, ladies, and I really appreciate you watching my video, and I hope I didn't get too emotional on you, but I appreciate you watching this, and you all have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.